Good evening, St. Lucia, and welcome to yet another episode of What's Happening Now with Laura. I'm your host, Laura, and well, it's all about Carnival. Carnival is revving up to its final leg, I should say, or is it really? Tonight, as my special guests, I have five lovely ladies from the community of Forces Jacques who will be gracing you with their presence. But before we go into our Carnival Queen contestants from Forces Jacques, just a few things. So tonight, our trending in the news is not going to be very long because, as I said earlier, I've got five lovely ladies who are going to present themselves to you as they make a bid for the bragging rights to be crowned Miss Forces Jacques. A lot of you have been hearing about the Jimmy Henry situation, and a lot of people have been asking me what's going on with this minister, and honestly, I can't answer. All I know is what you know, which is precious little, very little. Suffice it to say, Jimmy Henry would not be the very first minister who would have found himself afoul of the law, if he has found himself afoul of the law. I remember Richard Frederick, who has been arrested, acquitted, but arrested nonetheless for supposedly, allegedly been running afoul of the law. It's been scandal after scandal on both sides of the divide, regardless of which party has formed the government. You found yourself having ministers who have found themselves in scandalous situations. And as I mentioned earlier, Richard Frederick is the first that would come to mind, but he isn't the only one. I remember Walter Francois, remember him, who claimed he was a doctor and signed doctor, and then come to find out he wasn't a doctor. That took a while for him to resign. He didn't resign immediately. Even Richard himself didn't resign immediately. It took a while, a little coaxing, I would say, for him to resign his position as minister. We still don't know the full details of him losing his visas. We were promised that we were going to be told about that, and we haven't been told. And frankly, I don't think we, as St. Lucians, we're holding our breath to ever find out the full details of that. And who's going to hold their breath? I mean, he's out of government now. He has been for a while. It doesn't look like he's going to be making a return anytime soon. And the persons who are the repository of the information are refusing to speak, though they promised to talk. But hey, we also remember the Speaker of the House and the scandalous situation with Mr. Vincent McDoom, or should I say Miss Vincent McDoom? I'm not sure how to title him now, but with Vincent McDoom nonetheless, that took a while for him to resign. There was a lot of pressure brought to bear on the administration of the day and on the Speaker of the House then to resign, eventually leading to his resignation. But suffice it to say, Jimmy Henry would not be the first minister who would find himself in a jam. And I dare say that we will continue to find that there would be ministers and officers of high office, public office that is, who will find themselves in situations. And you know why? The answer is pretty simple. It's because they come from our communities. And if we can hold ourselves to a certain standard, if we can't expect of ourselves what we expect of other people, then we will continue to have people like that in government. We will continue to have people whose integrity, for want of a better word, will come into question, because our own integrity will continue to come into question. We can't hold ourselves to a certain standard, the certain standard that we hold other people. And so we will continue to elect, we will continue to select people of that caliber, because that is the caliber to which we hold ourselves. We don't hold ourselves accountable for anything or anything. We point the finger because it makes us feel good, because we know that we can hold ourselves up to that standard that we expect of other people. And so, I dare say, it will continue. But, like you, I eagerly await what the outcome of the Jimmy Henry saga. I would dare say that if he is a subject of investigation, criminal or otherwise, I highly doubt this government is going to be the one to come out to say this is the result of an investigation. I think, and that's just me speaking, I'm not speaking for government, I think that if what Richard Frederick and others are postulating about Jimmy Henry, that he has been a subject of investigation. I think it would be incumbent upon the organization responsible for that investigation to come out and tell us what the investigation is, why the investigation was launched in the first instance, and on what premise it was, and the result of it. So I look forward to that. I'm not holding my breath, but I'm looking forward to that because we all know how investigations go. I remember maybe 3 months ago, there was this massive explosion. 4 people lost their lives, and we still don't know what the result of the investigation is. We have heard that the investigation is complete. We have heard that a report has been made, but we still don't know what the result of that investigation is. And likewise, other investigations that have been launched in this country, other inquiries, other commissions, and we have absolutely no idea what the results are. So we're going to leave that at that for the moment, but I'm certain we eagerly anticipate the demise, because that's what we do. We eagerly anticipate people's demise. The other issue that I wanted to touch on a little bit, people have been asking me, how come Wally was left out of the finals, Calypso finals? He was one of the stronger contenders, and he had 2 great songs. It's no surprise to me, at least I think his woes, his past transgressions is what's coming to play, because I will admit that he had 2 great songs. I just feel that coming on the heels of his own scandal not too long ago, that people were just probably not impressed with putting him through. Now, I may be wrong, and it could be that the judges got it right and that they followed a certain criteria and he did not meet the high standards that was used on that night. I don't know, I wasn't a judge, but I highly think that that is a mitigating factor why he is not featured or slated for the Calypso finals. You just can't escape it. And as I spoke about earlier, investigations. We were told that an investigation was launched into the Wally scandal, and what? We have not heard anything. We have not heard anything. We're still left in the dark. We're still left to wonder. We're still left to speculate. And as far as I'm concerned, I think that's weighing on the minds of a lot of people. I think the judges just could not risk him coming out with the crown, bearing in mind what has taken place in the recent past. Now, some of you are going to be saying, but what about the minister who continues to have this great cloud over his head? After all, I would think that all of the finalists this year for Calypso finals have a song on the minister. Hey, I guess I don't know. But it stands to reason that the bodies judging or analyzing the 2 individuals are different, and so they would come about the results differently. Who knows? But this is just my take. I'm not speaking for the judges. They are, from what I understand, competent persons in that genre. So maybe I got it wrong. But this is just what it seems to me. And the Ninja Dance, same thing with the Ninja Dance. I personally didn't think that Ninja Dance portrayal or his presentation, his offering for this year was his best. I don't think so. It was not vintage Ninja at all. I think maybe he's lost a little bit of his touch, being out of touch for so long. I think he's maybe lost his mojo a little bit, and maybe he needs to be in the play for a little bit longer, pending his release. I don't know, but I wasn't too impressed with his offering. One would say maybe there were other songs that were not as good as his. I don't know, but again, I think his past transgressions are weighing heavily on the minds of persons, and it's still fresh, because we will remember it's only earlier this year that he was released. And so persons are thinking about that, and they dare not have him come out with a very good, strong showing and possibly winning the crown. Who knows? That's just my take on it. I'm not speaking for the judges. I'm just speculating, just as you are. And the last thing that I want to talk about is Bastille Day. You would have, some of you would have seen the ads on television advertising Bastille Day, and some of you must be wondering what the heck is Bastille Day. I know a lot of people have been asking me what is Bastille Day, and so I'm going to give you a little rundown, a little information on that. Bastille Day is the common name given for English-speaking countries to the French national holiday. So it's actually the French national holiday, which is celebrated on the 14th of July every year, and it is typically called La Fête Nationale, or Le 14 Juillet, just like we have the 4th of July, the American Independence Day, 4th of July, it's called Le 14 Juillet, or La Fête Nationale, and that's the French national holiday. This national holiday commemorates the storming of the Bastille on 14th July 1789, a turning point of the French Revolution, as well as the Fête de la Fédération, which celebrated the unity of the French people on the 14th of July 1790. And these celebrations are held throughout France and a number of countries around the world, including St. Lucia. I don't remember ever having heard that we were celebrating Bastille Day, except this year. But it's a great addition, a nice addition to the sphere of things. It's going to be a little bit overshadowed by the carnival festivities that we are currently undergoing. It's right in the middle of the carnival. So for those of you who are not into carnival, you're not into the panorama, you're not into the different fetes that are going to be taking place on the 14th of July, you're more than welcome to head on up to Pigeon Point. I believe that's where it's going to be held, at Pigeon Point, and take in the festivities then. The oldest and largest regular military parade in Europe is held on that day. And I think it's something that we, if we're not into the carnival spirit, that we would want to participate in, get us a little bit closer to our French heritage. Just to mention two major incidents which happened on Bastille Day, not on the original Bastille Day, but on Bastille Day in various years. In 2009, Paris youth set fire to more than 300 cars on Bastille Day. I have no idea why, but they did that. I guess sometimes you get this little, too much energy amongst the youth, and so they set fire to more than 300 cars. That happened in 2009. Last year, in 2016, Mohamed Laoué Boulel drove a truck into crowds during the celebrations in the city of Nice, killing 86 people and injured 434 before he was killed by the police. So those were two major incidents that happened in various years on Bastille Day. It's postulated that Muhammad was a jihad killing activity that he undertook, but that's still up for grabs. It's postulated also that he was a little mental, but we will not know now what his whole premise was because he was killed throughout that. And so that wraps up my trending for today. And you might be wondering why I'm not ranting as usual. It's because, as I said earlier, if you're just joining us, we've got 5 lovely ladies that we want to present to you. And so I'm giving them as much time as possible to present themselves to you and to encourage you to come on down to Fosse Jacques to take part or to participate and to see the talent that these young ladies possess. So, having said that, we will go for our first break, and when we come back, we will introduce you to the steering committee for the Fosse Jacques Carnival celebrations. See you on the other side of the break. Stay tuned. Good night, St. Lucian. Welcome back to What's Happening Now with Laura. If you're just joining us, tonight we're going to be presenting to you 5 lovely ladies from the community of Fosse Jacques, and they're going to be making a bid for the title of Miss Force Jacques. But before we present to you our queen contestants, I'm going to introduce to you members of the development committee of the Force Jacques. So it's Force Jacques Development Committee, right?
Yes,
and
yes.
with me is Miss Dimphna Augusta. I was tempted to say Augustine. Dimphna Augusta, and she is the vice chairperson of the Force Jacques Development Committee. And also with her is Alishka Fauché.
Yes.
She's the secretary of the Force Jacques Development Committee. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So you guys are on the cusp of putting together a pageant, Carnival Queen pageant for Force Jacques. Tell us a little bit about how that came about. Are you celebrating a community carnival, and that's part of the whole exercise? What exactly are you guys doing? But before you do that, maybe you can give us a little background into the Force Jacques Development Committee, and then move forward from there.
Okay. Good night, St. Lucia. The Force Jacques Development Committee has been around for quite a while now, more than 10 years. And our focus is more on developing our community, the talents of the young people in the community, and hence the reason why we came up with the pageant. This is not the first time we're having a pageant. We had one last year, but before that we have had pageants. We took a break for a while, but we're just back.
Great. So, how many pageants have you had in the 10-year span? Do you recall?
Maybe about 4 or 5 of them.
4 or 5 of them.
Yes.
And the winner of the Force Jacques pageant, what's the next step for them? Do you take part in the larger Soufrière Carnival? Do you aspire to be part of the national Carnival pageant?
This is exactly what we want to do, and this is exactly what we're working towards.
Okay.
However, this year we were kind of late. So we are hoping next year we will be able to do that.
So the winner for this year would next year continue her reign by participating, you think?
Hopefully.
Pageant,
In the Soufrière pageant.
Yes.
Okay, and hopefully she'll win that and move on. Because
Right.
I always like the idea of, for the national competition, the national pageant, that there should be some sort of inclusion of community pageant queens. And the reason I'm saying it is a national pageant, right? And a lot of the times you get, a lot of the girls are coming, a lot of the young ladies are coming from the Castries Basin.
Right.
It's easy to be tempted to do that because they're right there and everything seems to be centered around the city. But if you have, or if the CDF, and now the events company of St. Lucia, lend support to the carnival efforts of the various communities around St. Lucia, then you probably find a wider representation of contestants, you think?
Yes. We have had contestants from Soufrière, actually, who competed in Soufrière. They won in Soufrière and then competed in Castries and won in Castries. We had persons like Canita Snack. We had Candy Nicholas. So we have had it before.
Recently, about maybe 2 or 3 years ago, there was a queen that came from Soufrière, wasn't there?
Actually, we've had 2 of them from Force Jacques, namely Janelle, Daisy, and Lisha as well.
Right. And she was a powerhouse the
Yes,
year
she
that she
was.
participated. I guess you guys must have been very proud,
Oh, yes.
elated. But she didn't come out of the Force Jacques pageant. She came out of the Soufrière pageant.
No, she went
She
straight
went
to
straight
national.
to
Oh, she went
Participated
straight.
in no pageant now.
Oh, but she hailed from.
That's right.
From
Right,
Force Jacques,
okay.
yes.
Awesome. Yes. So, what are some of the activities that you guys have been undertaking for this whole carnival season?
Okay, well, for this season, we actually have planned a weekend of activities. We have themed it Carnival Overload. So on the 28th of July is our Carnival Queen pageant. And on Saturday, which is the 29th, we're having Kiddies Carnival. And then going into the Juve and the Lime Jam on Sunday.
Okay,
which is the
so it's a
30th.
weekend of
It's a
activities. So you
weekend of
don't really
activities.
have like the parade of the bands type of thing. It's just snippets Of
That's
the
right.
right.
We have no parade of the bands.
Right.
However, we'll be having bands from Sufren where the countries wants to join for the line jump.
Right.
Right.
And what I kind of like about what you guys are doing is that you're not competing with the national celebrations. So, like, for instance, Denry came prior to, you know, and you guys are coming after. So it extends the carnival, the carnival celebrations, really. The
Yes.
festival runs longer than traditionally, which is a week of activities or 2 weeks of activities. You guys are extending it even further by having it after.
Yes.
Why is that? There a particular reason why you decided to do that, or it just happened that, you know, coincidentally?
Coincidentally, it happened that our carnival fell after the national carnival because we don't really have a set time, but we do it around the carnival season.
Right.
So whatever gives us more time to plan when we plan and different activities following, leading up to our carnival.
Is that something that you think that you would want to have as a staple in terms of the time? Because I think it's very appropriate coming after, because you're not going to be competing with all of the activities, and persons guaranteed after carnival there's still that hankering
the hype.
right, there's still
Right.
that hype, and they still want the carnival season to go on, and so they can come across you guys after just to get the last lap type of thing. So maybe you might think of keeping it at around that time after and not compete with.
We could do it that way. However, since we're looking to send our contestant to the Soufrière Carnival, which happens to fall before the national carnival, then we might have a problem.
Right. But if you started this year, and I'm just playing devil's advocate, if you played this year, then your queen's reign ends around the same time. So she
That's
still
right.
gets to participate in Soufrière Carnival, and then still, if she wins, get to participate in the
National
nationals
Carnival.
because her reign
Continues
ends
into the-
after.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
So you can make it work. You can make it work. Okay, so talk to us a little bit about the pageant. What is the theme for the pageant itself, and what exactly do you expect to come out of it?
We do not have a theme per se for the pageant, but we have been working really hard to get this off the ground, and we are hoping that it will be a very good one. Last year, I know we delivered a very, very good pageant, and it was talked about. We are hoping this year it will be a lot better.
Where is the pageant being held?
At Montcobarrier.
Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely location.
So I'm hoping you will be
yes.
there.
Yeah. Well, I'll try. It's gonna be tough for me, but I will certainly try. I think earlier this year in May there was the inaugural Miss Curvy
Curves with
Curves-
Confidence.
yes,
Right.
Curves with Confidence. I participated in that in terms of being a judge on that, and that was lovely, the presentation. So if you guys are taking a page from Melissa and her crew, that's really, really going to be something to look forward to. Yeah. So you have 5 ladies. How did you choose your 5 contestants?
That was tough. We had to go out into the community to find them.
Oh, you sought them out.
Some of them, yes. Some of them expressed their interest, but others we had to go to them and ask them. It was really tedious, but we made it happen. We made it happen.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you've selected 5 ladies, and they will
Five
be
beautiful ladies,
and-
you should see.
and they will be competing. And what day you said the competition was?
On the 20th of July,
On the-
Friday.
On the 28th of July at Montcobarrier. And what
Yes.
time
That's right.
is
8
it expected?
p.m.
8 p.m.
And are you guys a stickler for time?
Oh yes.
Yes, we are.
Because some of us are going to be coming from pretty far, and those pageants can run pretty long.
Yes, that we are aware of.
And we wouldn't want to be waiting. So just a little heads up on that. Okay, so we'll take a little break now, and when we come back, we'll introduce you, St. Lucia, to the first 2 contestants for the Forces Jacques Carnival Queen pageant. Stay tuned. Welcome back, Solution. Thank you for staying tuned to what's happening now with Laura. If you're just joining us, we've got 5 lovely ladies from the community of Fort St-Jacques, and they're vying for the bragging rights to be crowned Miss Fort St-Jacques within their carnival celebrations, which is taking place from the 28th of July. So for those of you who perennially can't get enough of Carnival, this is the last lap, I would think, of Carnival, of the Carnival celebration. So you can head on down to Fort St-Jacques. Well, actually, the Queen Show is going to be held at Mount Kubaril, but the Saturday and the Sunday, there's going to be activities down in Fort St-Jacques, so you can always participate. With me on my couch right now, we have Miss Kimi Francois, and she is sponsored by SOFA Regional Development Foundation. And we also have Miss Keisha Pascal, who is representing Herod Tours and Travel. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Are you guys nervous?
I know.
Not really. Okay, so Kimi is not nervous and Keisha is a little bit nervous. So tell me, ladies, what prompted you to participate in this pageant?
Well, with me, I really wanted to partake in this pageant to boost my confidence, and hopefully, well, I plan on taking the crown to make a difference in my community.
Okay, so when you say you want to make a difference in your community, name one project that you want to spearhead, or one area that you feel that there's a need for in your community that you want to be a part of.
There are so many young people in the community who doesn't have jobs, and I would really love to, well, provide like a committee that will help or provide jobs in the community, like, or motivate them, called like,
so you're looking at more of an inspirational motivation.
Yes,
right.
Do sessions where there are young people in the community who loves, like, who smokes a lot, and that's as a result of not having jobs. And so if when I win,
I like the confidence,
and I will build up a foundation which will provide jobs for the people in the community, or the youngsters in the community.
What about you, Keisha? What prompted you to participate in this pageant?
Well, I decided to participate in this pageant to fully boost up my self-confidence, also for lessons learned, and of course for fun.
Of course, you must have a little bit of fun. Now, I noticed both of you mentioned the boosting of the confidence, and I think that's one of the things that a lot of people would say, a lot of young women in particular, lack is the self-esteem and the self-confidence. Would you say prior to this pageant you were more withdrawn, shy, introverted, or did you have an extroverted personality, but you needed an avenue to really hone in your talents and to...
Yes, I would say that. Well, I've participated in quite a few pageants before that got me a step forward, but I need another step forward, so I'm participating in this pageant to get me to step forward.
What about you, Keisha? I think Tennyson, for your answer, I think Tennyson John is going to really like that. You know, just the step forward, Ali type of thing, step forward. So that's a good plug for Tennyson. What about you?
Well, I've participated in smaller pageants, but I believe that one, it will help me go a little further.
A little further.
Yes.
Do you think Kimi has says she's going to win? What about you, Keisha? Do you think you?
Of course.
Okay. I think the competition is going to be rather stiff this time around. What is your particular? If you were somebody's thinking, oh, should I go to this pageant? I really think. What is your talent? What you bring to the table, convincing somebody to come to the pageant?
I know I am fully confident, and I know I have what it takes to blow anybody's mind off. So I would do my best, perform excellent to make everybody have fun, because that's what it's about. to just sit there and relax and enjoy the show.
Do you have any aspirations for national level, to participate on a national level competition, or do you're more satisfied with just remaining on a community level?
Being honest, I would look forward to participating on a national level. I'm not saying that's the end of it for me, but
if the opportunity presents itself.
Yes.
So do you mind how old are you now?
I'm 18 years.
So you have, in terms of pageantry, you've got a long ways to go. I think the cutoff point, I think, for national pageantry, at least for the national competition, is 24. So you've got a few years to really hone your craft and to get into national. What about you, Keisha?
Well, I am 24. It was always my dream to go up in the nationals, but I don't know what actually let me back. Every time I decide on going, I just keep on stepping down.
Right. So it's important, if you had to speak to young people, 18 and up, or even younger, I think what would one of the things be? I mean, because right now, this would have been the year for you to participate in national competition, because next year I don't think that you're going to be eligible, which is sad, because I think young people, I really honestly don't think that there should be an age limit on that. I think it should go up at least 28. Yes. But it is what it is. What would you say to other young people aspiring to participate in pageant?
Well, never give up. Follow your dreams. Those opportunities, they come once in a lifetime.
Right. So would you have been happy if you had gotten that opportunity while you were younger?
Yes, I would have been.
Yeah, okay. I can well understand that. What do you say to your sponsor for participating in this pageant? What would be your rally call for your sponsor to make them proud and to come out to the pageant?
To do my best. I would definitely do my best to make them proud, and most especially right now, what we're doing is mostly marketing our sponsors, because a lot of the sponsors have complained. So I would do my best to market my sponsor and provide all the help that I can.
Speaking of which, what are some of the activities that you've already participated in leading up to the pageant? What are some of the, and when I say activities, I don't necessarily mean, but self-esteem boosting activities. What are some of the things that you've participated in?
We've had a few conferences. One with Pam. Is it Pam Joseph? Robinson. Mrs. Pam Robinson. And we've had one with...
And what exactly was her?
To boost our confidence, to get out of our shell. She's a motivational speaker.
Right.
So she spoke to us and got us to come out.
Which is something that you said earlier that you wanted to do.
I was really shy, and after her session, I just went out. I wasn't shy anymore. I'm not shy anymore. So that's one step forward, one leg in. So at the end of this pageant, when I win, the other leg will be in.
I like that. What are some of the other activities that stood out for you?
Workshop with Louise Victor.
And she's a previous queen?
Yes, she is. She was a motivational speaker as well. She inspired us. I would like to quote one of her favorites, stand tall. So no matter what, always reach the sky. Yeah.
Great.
Also, we had Cherry George.
Oh,
yes.
Yes.
He taught us how to speak, how to
right. So he's really good at that.
Yes.
Diction, projecting your voice without shouting and yelling.
Yes.
But projecting, how to project confidence in your speech and that kind of thing. So I would assume that would have been a really, really good seminar to have attended and to take a lot out of. So I guess you guys have been getting some really good resource people to speak to you and to prepare you for this pageant. Yes?
Yes.
Great. So you've met two of the pageant contestants, Kimi Fassoir and Keisha Pascal, and we're going to introduce you to the other 3 contestants in a little bit. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll introduce you to the others. Stay tuned. Welcome back, and thank you for staying tuned to what's happening now with Laura. If you're just joining us, then we have with us in studio 5 beautiful women from the community of Fonsègue, and they're vying for the title of Miss Fonsègue in their presentation of Carnival this year. With me on my couch right now is Marissa Calix, and she's representing Fordu Estate Holiday Plantation and Resort. Hi, Marissa.
Hello.
And then we also have with us next to her is Savita Stanislas, and she's representing Fonsègue Credit Cooperative Society Limited. Hi, Savita.
Hey.
And next to her is Valdia Nicholas, and she's representing Lighting and Power Rentals. Hello.
Hello.
How are you, ladies?
Good.
If you're just joining us, previously we had Kimi Faswa, and she was representing Sufa Regional Development Foundation, and Keisha Pascal, and she represents Herod Tours and Travel. How has this journey been for you guys so far?
Great.
Wow.
What stands out for you most? Let's start with you, Marissa.
Okay, what stood out for me most so far are the workshops. Yes, I've always been a confident young lady. However, sometimes you need a little tuning here and there. Yes. So yes, I am so grateful for the workshops. Yes, they have boosted my confidence. Yes.
So you just did a little polishing here and there, and you've been getting that with the workshop so far.
Yes, I have been.
Awesome, wonderful. What about you, Savita?
The workshops, yeah.
What stands out for which workshop in particular?
The one we did with Louise Victor. Yeah, she spoke to us, and what I liked about her, she said, recover with grace. So whatever happens, you have to move on. Yeah.
Did any of you watch the national competition?
Yes.
Yes. And you noticed what happened after the queen was crowned? And I think that's what she means when she says recover with grace.
Yes,
because a lot of the times you're confident that you're going to win, but you must always remember that there's always going to be somebody who's prettier, somebody who's better, somebody who resonates with the judges, because you're not the one judging yourself.
True.
That it resonates with the judges better than you have. Maybe you've given it all, but somebody else, their best was better than yours. And I absolutely love that recover with grace, because I think it's absolutely poor sportsmanship not to be able to say, okay, I did good, but maybe my best wasn't good enough, and let me take a step back and to what did I not do, so that the next time around I can bring to the fore what I know resides within me. What about you, Valdia? What resonated with you most so far?
Well, the journey has been great. It has been awesome, and I love every part of it. But also the workshop with Miss Victor, it inspired me a little more. It's all I am not confident. I am very confident, and I have a little bit of, but the recovering with grace aspect, because I know we 5 are going. I would really like to call it a competition. I like to call it, just a little fun and stuff like. But I know, yes, all of us are fighting, and all of us want to become queen. But at the end of the evening, only one of us will be crowned. Fonsègue Queen 2017. So the recovering with grace will be is the thing for me. Right. I just love that.
Absolutely,
yes.
And I quite agree with you. Yes. What motivated you, Valdia, to participate in this pageant?
Well, at first I was a bit skeptical about the pageant, and I was in the pageant, but that was before I entered secondary school in 2006, and I did get crowned queen. I got queen of that, I think it was a talent show. I'm not really too sure. Yes, but then when I really look at it, I'm saying, like, to me, opportunity only comes once for certain young ladies, and some ladies maybe, I don't know, maybe because of their personal things about carnival or something, they're maybe not too keen keen for carnival pageants, but I said, well, the opportunity came to me. I will learn. I will learn with it. I will take on the journey, and I will just have fun. So, with that, and to inspire young ladies from Fosse Jacques. So next year, another 5 beautiful ladies could go up again for Fosse Jacques 2017, and when I become queen, I will be the one to crown the.
So you look forward already to handing over your crown. So you, as far as you're concerned, you've already envisioned winning that. You know, yes, and I think it's one of the things that motivational speakers will tell you. You've got to think it in your mind. You've got to envision it in your mind. You've got to see yourself walking that runway and receiving that crown, and then you will be able to put that out. You put it forth and exude that confidence. This is your crown. This is yours. Wonderful. So you're looking forward to crowning the next queen. Beautiful. What about you, Savita? What prompted you to take on this journey and to participate in this pageant?
Well, actually, I did an independence pageant for Fosse Jacques. That was in 2012. I can clearly remember. Well, I placed second, although I wasn't satisfied with what I placed. But then they asked to take part in this carnival pageant, and I wasn't sure if I would be able to, because I have that kind of shyness inside. But then again, I wanted to get that out of me. So then I said, okay, I'll give it a try. Yeah.
What would you say would be your, and I'm asking this and bring it home for you, what would you say would be your biggest, I wouldn't say flaw, but what would fool persons into thinking that you're not the strongest contender in this pageant?
I don't know.
I'll tell you why, because she has such a soft voice. She reminds me of my sister. She has such a tiny voice. She reminds me of my sister, and a lot of people think, oh, she has a soft voice. She's timid and she's so whatever. And then her personality comes through, and they're like, oh, I didn't see that. I didn't see that. So I'm thinking with you, the other contestants might think, oh, Savita is so too timid, but I look forward. This is the contestant that I look most forward to seeing on Night of Competition Night. Not because of any other thing, but because I think there's this tigress in you that wants to come out. But right now we're seeing the little pussycat, and I think she has claws. I think so. I think she has claws, and I think it'll be awesome to see the transformation on the 28th. What about you, Marisa? What prompted you to take part in this pageant?
Well, I have always been interested in pageantry. Yes, so despite my mom and other close ones not liking the idea of pageantry, I thought that I really needed to do it because it's something I always wanted to do, and I like being a role model for the young ladies in my community. I have started and I want to continue being a role model. So
you don't really have the 100% support from your family?
Well, now I have it now.
Yeah, they're coming now? Okay. And that's one of the other contestants I'm going to be looking forward to. The underdogs, the ones that don't really, they don't really want to support me, but I'm going to show them, because I think that gives you the fighting spirit. Absolutely, absolutely. So wonderful. Do you guys, how old, what's this age range on this couch right now?
Well, actually, I'm the youngest, 17.
Oh, wow. And what about you, Marisa?
I'm 19 years old.
You're 19?
No, I'm 22.
And you're 22.
Yes,
and I'm asking because earlier you would have heard me ask the previous ladies, tell them about the age limit for the national pageant. Are any of you interested in perhaps one day representing Fosse Jacques Soufrière in the national pageant?
Of course.
Wonderful. What about the rest of you?
Sure. Well, sure.
Yeah. Oh, you're not so sure. Not so sure, Savita, right? You still have to work a little bit on the self confidence, the protruding or portraying that self confidence. You think?
Nah.
No. You think you have it?
Yeah.
It's just the voice that's fooling us.
Probably.
Okay. What would you like to see? If you were to win this pageant, what would your platform be?
My platform.
In terms of, most queens, they want to, previously I think it was Kimmy who said she wanted to be more of a motivational speaker for young unemployed persons, to help them to find it within themselves, to find jobs, and to help them with that aspect of it. What would you say as Rain for your year of Queen? What would your platform be? What would be that one project that you would undertake that you would want to be the hallmark of your reign as Queen?
I think I would focus on the little ones growing up. Yes, I think many times that we don't focus on them. Like, for example, after school, they would be unoccupied. Sometimes they don't have parents to go home to. Yes, I think that it would be good for me to focus on them, try to help build them and bring them up.
What about you, Savita?
The poor, the vagrants, like those on the streets just liming. I think like I would like look for some place to put them,
Right, so that would be your platform. And what about you, Marissa?
Valdia.
Valdia, sorry.
Yes, that's fine. Well, I see Fosse Jack is a place where, it's, I would say it's really like a countryside. And I remember going to school because my uncles, they have gardens. So I will not put my mind off the kids going to school and having maybe extracurricular activities for them after school. But I also look at for the agriculture, going to agriculture and maybe having workshops for, maybe having some place where they could get the products, the crops, instead of maybe going to Sulphur or to Viewfort to get the salt for the, to grow naturally.
Right.
So
your platform is different from most queens. And queens don't want to talk about agriculture and the soil. And most queens want to do what the other competitors have said: work with the children, work with the indigent, work with motivating young people, unemployment. But you going to the salt of the earth. I absolutely love that. I absolutely different, very different from everybody else. I think, and it's not just this pageant. I don't recall any other pageant, any other contestant using agriculture as their platform. Kudos to you. I think that's wonderful. I think that's great. So you want to win. What makes you stand out from the rest? What if you convincing me to come to the pageant? What can I look forward to in terms of your talent, in terms of what you bring to the table, that I should want to come to the pageant?
Well, Miss Laura, I will tell you, you have to come to the pageant to see.
Oh, Lord.
I am not gonna, I'm not gonna say what, you have to come.
I have to come.
I mean, because my supporters, everybody has to come. I don't want to spoil it before everybody.
But you can give me a little snippet, a little tidbit, a little something. No. So I have
Just
to come.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anticipation. What about you, Savita?
Well, you need to come to see, since you said my voice. Yeah.
I have to come. And you're going to say the same, Marissa?
No, I'm not going
Okay, so there you go. Tell me why I should come.
Okay, I am multi-talented. I can sing, I can dance, I am good at drama. Yes, so this is what to look forward to.
So she's just done she's just done 360 of what the other girls did, but I'm exactly the same place because she hasn't told me anything. She's a singer, she's a dancer, she's an actor, triple threat, and I still don't know what to expect from Marissa. But hey, I need to come, right, to see how you're going to put all of that together. Awesome, very good. Like final words to the public. Why should they come out? Tell us about, what should they look forward to? I know you told me I have to come, but at least you could tell them something. What day is the pageant? When is the pageant? That kind of thing.
Well, the pageant is on Friday, 28th July. Yes, it will be at 8 p.m. And myself and 4 other beautiful ladies, we are, trying to get much exposure, trying to build our self-confidence. We are talented as well, so I think that is a perfect opportunity to come and see what we have to showcase.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Marissa. You've encapsulated it, and it's going to be held at the Mon Kubaril.
Mon Kubaril, yes.
Beautiful. So we're taking another break. When we come back, we'll be sitting with the steering committee for the Forces Jacques Carnival pageant, and the lines will be opened to you, the viewers, so that you can call in and chat with us and give your opinions or give advice or whatever the case may be. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the final leg of our journey of the Forces Jacques Carnival pageant. I'm being tongue-tied right now. You'd think I was one of the contestants, a little tongue-tied there. But if you're just joining us, we have been meeting and presenting to you the Forces Jacques Carnival pageant contestants, 5 lovely young ladies vying for the title of Miss Forces Jacques, with all of them with aspirations of representing Soufrière at the next showing, at the next Soufrière pageant, and possibly participate in the national competition. We have our very first call. Imagine that. Good night. Thank you for calling. You're on the air.
Good night, Laura.
Good night.
How are you?
I'm great. I'm fantastic. How are you? Hello?
I'm there. I'm a little boy crying in my ear.
Yeah, I can hear that you're babysitting.
Yes, I'm babysitting tonight.
Okay, lovely.
Okay, I just want to say congratulations to all our 5 beautiful contestants from Forces Jacques. I must say, I have a sister from another mother right there. And I think she's going to be crowned, you know. The way she spoke, and she's multi-talented.
Ooh, multi-talented. So one of the ladies who is multi-talented, you have a fan already. And they're going to...
She can dance, she's a drummer, she's everything.
Oh my gosh. So, okay, all right. I think that's Marissa. They can't hear, so I'm relaying because they can't hear you. So Marissa, somebody has called and said that they think that you're going to win because you've just got your total package.
But they're gonna be very good. I love the fact that they're on the air and they can know what's happening in Forces Jacques, because I think we left out for a while in Forces Jacques. In particular, when the young lady said she want to make the agricultural system a little bit more extravagant and people know about agriculture, and there's now going to be a queen that talks about agriculture.
Yes, absolutely.
Laura, you know, you're from Library, but you know, in Forces Jacques, we produce everything good.
Sorry, say that again?
I know you're from Library, but we produce everything good from Forces Jacques. All the nice tomatoes, all the yam, all the dashing, it's from Forces Jacques.
Do you have sweet potatoes down in Forces Jacques? That's what I'm looking for these days, sweet potatoes.
We do produce potatoes, but it's a matter of time.
Okay, all right. So anytime I want my fresh produce and whatnot, I need to come down to Forces Jacques. It's sweeter and better down there.
Well, as I say, it's a matter of time. It's very sweet, you know. It's very sweet in Forces Jacques.
All right. Okay.
And, as the leader of whoever came up there with the 5 ladies, she's about to get a wedding ring from me. Just know she's gonna get it anytime soon.
Oh, okay.
She's gonna get the wedding ring. She's gonna get the wedding ring.
Ooh, we have a semi-proposal going on here. Wow. Wow. Thank you so much for calling. I tell you, there's never a dull moment on this show. Thank you so much for calling and sharing with us. Right? Right, I think we lost the caller now. Yeah, but Miss Augusta.
I know who the caller is.
Oh, Miss Augusta, you know, you have a beau out there. You know, you're about to get proposed to. We have another call online. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Good evening. You're on the air.
Good evening.
Good evening, ladies.
Hi.
I would like to say to the young ladies, no matter what, you keep your head up high. You walk the streets of Fort-St. even Soufrière, and you walk it with great poise. So being on that show determines your confidence and everything. But what happened, I know it's the first time that you've been on the show, but I find all of you did great. And Laura, I know you know who's talking.
Yes, absolutely. I recognize the voice.
But the show will be spectacular, and if I have to be in it and doing whatever I have to do, because I'm one of the chaperone, and I will push.
Yes,
and,
absolutely.
I will push the show as much as I can, and these people on the committee, they are brilliant. And then, you know, St. Lucia needs to know that Fort-St. is not in the back seat.
Mm-hmm.
Fort-St. has been out there, but you know, due to the disaster, a lot of people forget about Fort-St. But Fort-St. is actually on the map. And we have some lovely ladies, we have beautiful ladies, we have talented ladies. And I just want to say good luck to all the young ladies. You look fabulous on TV.
You guys are hearing that. You look fabulous. Fabulous on TV. And this is one of the chaperones calling, saying that you guys have been fantastic. Your presentation tonight has been fantastic, and she wishes you guys all the best and walk the streets of Fosse Jacques Soufrière with great poise and confidence. Yes. So
enjoy, ladies. Good night.
Thank you so much for calling. And I didn't ask the ladies about their chaperones, and this was one of the, and I think that was brilliant of her to call and to congratulate the ladies and to give them some extra boost of confidence. We have another call online.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
I'd like to congratulate the development committee, first of all,
Thank
for
you.
putting up a nice show. And the 5 beautiful young ladies from Fosse Jacques will be representing the community. I don't know if I should let out the cat of the bag, but one of the contestants, that's Fosse Jacques Credit Corporate Society, we have something very interesting planned for her.
Oh, nice. Of course you have to let it out of the bag. They were very tight-fisted with everything, so give me a little scoop. Yeah, absolutely. And that would be Miss Savita Stanislas.
Yeah, Miss Stanislas.
Yes, so there's something great coming planned for you.
We expect her to, she'll be visiting our offices.
Awesome.
She'll meet with our staff, meet and greet the staff, customers and members that's doing business at our offices.
Absolutely.
And probably later take her out for lunch.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So she'll be taken care of.
Wonderful. And we like that. We like it's not just about putting your name out behind a pageant or behind a contestant.
Yes. You need to put in and that, make sure that she represents and we represent her.
And you guys are going to come out in full force on the 28th to represent.
Why not? Yeah.
Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah. So once again, kudos for the organizing committee. I think they did a very, very, very good job. Actually, the pageant has started a long time ago in Fosse Jacques. You know, I can recall since the days of the mothers group where the older folks used to go into the pageantry, and that used to be very exciting, and you see the crowd that used to be at the Paris Center. It's deeply rooted, you know, and then it has progressed into the younger people. So we have a history of the pageant in Fosse Jacques, and then we have beautiful people to showcase to St. Lucia.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you for calling and sharing with us.
Have a good night.
Good night. Thank you so much. So, Miss Stanislas Savita, your sponsor, are going to be taking wonderful care of you. They're going to be revving up your portrayal of them and yourself and your everything else. Okay, so we have another call online.
Hello, good night.
Hi, good night.
I would just like to pledge my support for Kimi and Savita.
Kimi and Savita?
Yes. I would just like to pledge my support, and I would like to tell them that the Queen is coming to Mocha this year.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that too clearly.
I said I am pledging my support so much so that I believe the Queen will be coming to either Savita or Kimi in Mocha. They're from Mocha.
So the battle lines have been drawn already, ladies. Savita or Kimi, the crown is coming to you according to this scholar. So let's see. I wouldn't rule out Marissa. I wouldn't rule out Valdia.
I'm not ruling out any of the ladies. I just believe without a doubt that I need the Queen to be in Mocha. That's all.
Oh.
I'm just moving by feet.
We'll see about that.
Alrighty. Good night.
Great. Thank you so much for calling and for sharing.
We'll never know.
It's on the you know, it ain't over until the fat lady sings.
That's right.
You know, so unless that last ball is bold, I'm using all of the different analogies tonight. It ain't over. Good night. We have another call online.
Yes.
Yes. Good night.
Yeah, talking to the program. Eh?
Sorry.
My girl's on that program.
Your girl is on that program.
Yes, I want to call.
So who's your girl?
Yeah, my girl is Force Jacques. Force Jacques.
But they are all from Force Jacques.
I know that, eh?
So one of them is your girl.
It's okay. I see my girl there.
You see
all in black.
All in black.
Yeah, let me welcome all of them, eh? But my favorite was those before, eh?
Those before?
Yeah, but one have to win, eh?
Oh, yes, one must win, eh?
But my girl ain't talking, huh?
She not talking?
They're talking.
So which one that's your girl?
The one that's in black.
The one that's in black, that's your girl.
Anyway, let me wish them all the best, eh?
Thank you.
Now you make me sit.
Okay, well, thank you for calling.
Don't laugh.
Okay, all right. Thank you for calling. All right. Okay, so you have a lot of. It's all about the ladies, but it's you, yeah, you're taking the spotlight, and I was thinking that the visibility was for the young ladies, but it seems. So, talk to us a little bit about the chaperones. We have another call. Okay, we have another call online.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Oh, those girls are pretty.
Oh, they're very gorgeous, aren't they?
Oh, okay. St. Lucia have nice girls.
Oh, yes.
Especially for Sejan.
That's where they grow all the food.
Oh! I'm glad you know that.
Okay, they say that's the basket. Oh. Why they grow so much food, man?
Well, they have to feed themselves. You heard what Miss Augusta said. They eat what they grow.
Okay.
You know, so.
But I want to visit soon, you know, Force Jacques.
Right.
When is the show?
On the 28th of July. So you may as well use that opportunity to visit Force Jacques.
On the 20th?
Yes, of July.
Look like I have to sleep, you know.
But of course, they have lots of accommodation, you know.
Maybe, I hope they have any guest house, you know. Like I have to sleep. I don't want to miss that show, you know.
Of course, you should. And there are accommodations. After Soufrière, I mean, Soufrière is a mecca for getaways and guest houses. So I'm certain you'll get something.
Yeah. So
Okay.
take it easy, huh?
All right. Thank you so much for calling and for sharing. You know, and I'd almost forgotten when I hear your ladies speak and the way you guys are so organized. I had almost forgotten that at one point, Force Jacques was almost wiped off the map of St. Lucia. We have another call online.
Hello?
Hello?
Good evening.
Hello?
Yes, good evening. You're on the air.
Yes, I calling from Ravinkler. And I like to see what I see tonight.
You like what you see tonight?
And my daughter doing so good.
Your daughter is doing
and I
wonderful.
love that very much.
Oh, great.
My name is Lawrence Nicholas.
Oh, so
From
that's Miss
Ravinkler.
Nicholas. Yes, that's...
Okay, bye-bye. Have a nice night.
Thank you so much for calling. So, Father,
Okay,
your dad
bye-bye.
called in support of you. Yeah, that Miss Agriculture. And I think, you know, maybe that's something that we need to encourage the various departments, agriculture pageant, because there's so many different departments in agriculture that needs, and we've always been talking about eating what we grow and growing what we eat and that kind of thing. We have another call? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good evening, you're on the air?
Yes. Hello.
Yes, good night.
Hey, good show, Laura.
Thank you.
Wonderful ladies as well. For a while, you know, you could be one of the contestants, right?
Myself. Oh gosh, I lost sound on this one.
Yeah. All right, but I just wanted to add in just for info. That Francois Jacques has been able to produce 2 carnival contestants for the national pageant. We had one Miss Iraya Pascal and Miss Dahlia Clement. So we have had a very rich tradition, as was mentioned by one of the callers earlier. And we want to keep that despite all what has happened, the storms and everything that has almost devastated the community, to show that the community is resilient. And we are putting forward some of the most beautiful faces in St. Lucia on parade.
Absolutely.
And we have had shows also at Kubaril before. We are going back because our patrons were dissatisfied because of the weather kind of interrupted our show last year. Okay, so we're doing well and we're going forward. And I'm sure if you miss this, I don't think you would have anybody to blame but yourself. And I think we have a very good show prepared for all persons, all patrons from near and far to come to support and see what we have to offer. Absolutely. I listened to these young ladies and I was very impressed. I wish them all the best and all the training that is has been going on to prepare them for the event. I think even before the event, they are all 5 winners.
Absolutely.
And I wish them all the best and the committee as well.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for calling and for sharing.
You're most welcome.
Sharing with us.
Bye-bye.
And I love that. I think your theme really should have been reinstating Francois Jacques on the map. I'm seriously, something along these lines, because we do remember you guys were nearly completely devastated.
That's right.
We have another call.
Hello?
Yes, good evening. You're on the air.
Good evening.
Hello, good night.
Good night.
I'm calling to congratulate all the young ladies, wishing each and every one of them a successful pageant, especially Ms. Valdia Nicholas.
Ms. Valdia.
Let know that her family is supporting her, and we wish her the very best.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you
Bye,
so
bye.
much. So Valdia, you're getting your pom-pom girls and men, your cheerleading squad. I think I got it. What's the song? A cheerleader? Yeah. So you've got your cheerleading section going on right there, and that's awesome. All the girls have their little sections already, and I think it's going to be marvelous. I think everybody's going to come out to support their girl. It's going to be tough.
We have the sponsors. I think there's a battle between the sponsors.
Yes.
Without them, it wouldn't be possible.
Absolutely,
so
absolutely.
They're going all out.
We have a call. Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm calling to show Marissa support.
Marissa?
And she has her family full support, even though her mother wasn't in it at the beginning, but now her mother is in it full
behind
now.
the full 100.
Wonderful.
I'm glad.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And that's always wonderful when you start off. And I know a lot of parents are a little iffy about their daughters participating in pageants, especially where the swimsuit segment is concerned. They don't want. Yeah. We have another call online.
Can you show the ladies?
Hi, good night.
Can you show the ladies?
Sorry?
Can you show the ladies?
Oh, we can't show them right now because our studio can't accommodate all of them at the same time. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're there and they can hear and they're listening. So we have to work on that maybe for future presentations of our contestants and especially the community pageants. I'm a big on that. You know, the national pageant, they get all of the kudos, they get all of the spotlight, they get all of the visibility. But I would really love to be able to highlight a lot more of the community pageants, because I think that's where the little gems, the little nuggets of talent and come from, you know?
That's right.
Hi, we have another call? Hello?
Hi, good night.
Good night.
Good evening. Am I on the show?
Yes, you are.
I just want to say I'm from Fosse Jacques, and I'm very proud to see these 5 young ladies going up. It takes a lot of confidence and a lot to be on a stage and to portray yourself in front of people, and I'm very happy to see them on TV tonight.
Wonderful.
I want to congratulate all of them. They look very beautiful, especially Miss Keisha Pascal.
Miss Keisha Pascal.
Yes. She have our full support, even though she's not from Fosse Jacques, but we're behind her 100%.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Thank you
Good night.
so much.
Thanks for your support, darling.
Yeah, and that's... Sorry, we have a final call? Oh, that was great. So that was our final call. So here's the opportunity to say thanks to the various sponsors and to make a final appeal to the St. Lucian public at large to come out to support you guys. Go ahead.
Okay, so to our various sponsors, I want to say a big thank you. For without you, this event would not be possible. It was a really tough time trying to get sponsors, knowing the state of the economy right now. But to these sponsors, I want to say thank you so much. Thank you very, very much. And I'm hoping that in future you will continue to support us.
And the sponsors are?
The sponsors are, we have Lighting and Power Rentals, we have Fort St. Jacques Credit Cooperative Society Limited, we have Sufra Regional Development Foundation, Herod Stores and Airport Transfers, and Fodo Holiday Plantation. Again, I would love to say a heartfelt thank you to the sponsors, because without them, you know, nothing here would be possible. And we'd like to encourage the St. Lucian public to come down to Mount Kubarel on July 28th to support our 5 beautiful, I would like to call them princesses, before they develop into queens. Yes, so please come down to support us. We have a wide range of talent and poise and elegance in store.
What about your, and I know we're all out of time, but what about your entertainment in between? You have that, I mean, we didn't get a chance to really delve into the show itself because the ladies were so engaging and the public was so supportive.
We do have entertainment in between, and we're trying to focus on our local talent. So, because Fosse Jacques has a lot of talent,
right?
So we would like persons to come out to see what Fosse Jacques has to offer. We do have some talent on the outside, but we would like to focus more on our local talent.
And you know, this gives me the opportunity to make a special appeal to the St. Lucia Events Company. I think a lot of the times, we focus on well-known personalities. And one of the things that has really struck me with the Soleil Summer Festival, is that it gave an opportunity to see a range of other talents outside of the usual suspects. So I would now like to take this opportunity to encourage the St. Lucia Events Company to come down to Fosse Jacques, because you say Fosse Jacques as a repository of local talent. That's to come down to those various community pageants and community activities, and to see for yourself, headhunt, you know, those special nuggets of talent that you can now hone and bring to the fore in the various aspects of the Soleil Summer Festival. And this is one of the opportunities that Soleil presents to St. Lucia. You've got jazz, you've got roots and soul, you've got country and whatever else it is, you've got the carnival season, you've got the local heritage coming up. And so it gives St. Lucian aspiring artists and talent an opportunity to find a niche and to be on that big stage. So I would really encourage them to come down to Fosse Jacques, to come down to Sufra on the 28th of July, and to take in the talent so that they can see, okay, else can we do? How can we add a different dimension to our various events coming up for the new year? Because this one is almost over. So for the next year, it's never too early to headhunt. It's never too early to find new talent and to hone them and to give them and to perhaps have little symposiums and seminars and workshops so that persons can really bring themselves up to the standard that they can be on the big stage. So this has been another episode of What's Happening Now with Laura. And I want to thank you for joining us and being supportive of the 5 young ladies presented to you this evening. And I want to make a special appeal, too, on behalf of this FOSSEJAC Development Committee to come on down on the 28th of July. Come on down to Mount Cabarrel Estate. It's a fantastic location in and of itself. So the ambience will be there. The ladies will be bringing it. They've got the confidence to spare. They've got the self-esteem. A little bit of mystery and mystique and intrigue laced in there. So just come on down and support them. How much is the ticket?
$40.
$40. It's only $40. It's only $40. So come on down to Mount Cabarrel on 28th of July and enjoy the festivities with the ladies. This is where we say adieu and see you next week. Bye-bye.